Welcome to the next issue
podcast. Please enjoy
the show.
Woo! Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Next Issue podcast. Whether you're watching us horizontally or vertically, we have those capabilities. I'm very excited. We are finally. This is probably the biggest show of the year, just because this is all about comics, right? Next Issue originally and forever will be all about comic books. That's our main bread and butter. And today we're talking about Jeff just had a realization.
That's what the issue is. That's what
Right.
it means.
Yeah, it's not the next issue on the ballot.
Yeah. I was thinking mental issues. This
is a very hard law podcast, but we haven't talked about law in a while. But yeah, we're doing our best show for our best. It might be our best show, but this is our best comics of 2025 show. I'll ask you guys in a second, but putting this year, putting a list together and trying to narrow it down was tough. Like, there's a lot, and also I feel like I read a lot. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I feel like I've read more than ever.
I do feel like you read a lot.
Yeah.
Right about August, Josh and I had this conversation where I was like, "Do you feel like Danny's reading a lot this year?" And he was like,
yeah. We nearly did an intervention, but then thought, it's just comics. It's fine.
Oh man, can you imagine a comics intervention just because I'm reading too much?
I bet Frank Miller's had one of those.
Yeah, like, dude, you gotta eat something. You can't just read comics.
Is this what you want your life to be?
Yeah. So I built. I do. Yes. The answer is yes. If this,
I just realized a comics intervention is when your parents intervene to really question your life choices, and now I'm thinking I have had a couple of those.
A comics intervention is when your parents tell you to stop buying Rob Liefeld comics.
Those are the best parents.
So much better out there.
Yeah. Those are truly loving parents.
There's other things out there than Youngblood. There's a whole world of comic books. Just kidding. Youngblood is fine. It's still very much in the zeitgeist, right? We have a current Youngblood series in 2026. It's like that Dr. Manhattan meme, like, it's 1991. I'm reading Youngblood. Right. It's 1997. I'm reading Youngblood by Rob Liefeld. It's 2026. I'm reading Youngblood Volume 3 by Rob Liefeld. So,
and the joke in that meme is the fact that it's just the span between issues 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, earlier this year, I made that same meme. I was like, I'm going to use it for good, because people have been using it just for negative things because the world is a hellscape. And I'm like, no, I'm going to, it's 2011. I'm reading a Scott Snyder Batman book. And then it's 2017. I'm reading a Scott Snyder book. And look at that. It's 2026. And I'm reading a Scott Snyder Batman book.
Of course.
Which we may or may not talk about today. So yeah, I will publish my full list after this. I built a list on League of Comics. As you guys know, I'm trying to be more involved. One of my resolutions was to use that more. Mm-hmm. And I've been pretty consistent with it, I think. But I mean, we're only 3 weeks into the year, so let's see how it goes. But yeah, I have 25 things on my list, and I don't think we'll talk about all 25. But we will sure damn try to get down to the bottom of it. But how did you guys approach putting your list together?
I split mine into 3 parts first, because I didn't know how we were going to do this. So I did 5 for Marvel, 5 for DC, and then 5 for 5 for everybody else. And then once Danny said we're just going to go first to last, first to worst or whatever, I had to reorganize them. So then I had to be like, okay, now everybody goes in the same pile. And then now they're just 1 through 15. But my initial list is something like 25, 26 long, where I was just like, and then I had to make rules in my head as to why I had to eliminate this one or that one or whatever.
Well, I definitely encourage and recommend once we're done with this or later on, make a list on League of Comics. Like it'll take you a little while to find everything, but it's pretty fun to see everything kind of like in a, like Goodreads. I'm guessing this is what Goodreads people feel like when they're building their book list.
Yeah, true.
So now, Josh, you are by trade history and archivism. Is that a word?
Sure.
I feel like that's up your alley. And looking back, how did you approach this in an academic sense?
In an academic sense, I approach this the way I approach most things, which is I started panicking because I worried I didn't have enough data. But what I ended up doing was cobbling a list together by taking your advice, Danny, and I went back to our old show notes. And boy, I missed a lot of shows. I don't know why you guys keep me around. But I went through all the show notes from 2025 and reminded myself what I'd been reading. And then I went through my pull list history on League.
Oh, yeah.
And pulled stuff from there. And then I actually just pulled out some stacks and went through those as well. And I put a list together that way. I do have a few. So I have a top 10. I do have a few disappointments.
Okay.
Like things that I was really excited about that just ended up not making me excited.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Josh always bringing the negativity to the show.
That's right. It's the
also my academic training. So, it's,
can I say when Josh was going through like this is how I did it, and he was like revisiting everything. Like in my head, I just had this image of this montage where like the song "What a Day for a Daydream," what a day for a daydream, and boy, like that starts playing, and he's just like looking at the notes, and like his feet are kicked up behind him as he's remembering the good old days. Like he's in a field running around. He was like, "Oh yeah, episode 15 back in March."
Yeah.
I'm like staring out a window, but what's outside the window is just comics,
Yeah,
so,
just whimsically, just thinking about the good old days.
They're like they asked him at his comic shop, "Sir, please get off the floor. We don't want to have to
You
call
can
the
smell
police."
one, but don't smell them all.
Right? Yeah. That's a health code violation.
You smell it, you buy it, sir. Yeah, I mean, and I went around and I looked at there's a lot of people talking about this, and I put together some lists like Adventures in Portes had a really good list. The AV Club, IGN, even The Guardian had some interesting stuff because they always go for like some of those publications. They're like, oh, we're gonna put in some graphic novels that you've never heard of, but somebody on our staff either heard about it or read them. Probably just heard about them.
Of course.
So, but all right, let's get to it. Let's get to the main event. And like I said, we're gonna start from the top. And I know we said from best. This isn't the worst. This is still like the cream of the crop of the stuff that came out in 2025.
Yeah.
We're gonna start high with, and these rankings are very subjective, of course, because
not mine. They are
definitive. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I do like that. And we as you can see, Clay's not here. So on our next week's show, Clay will have a chance to give his list, and then also Josh will have the chance to talk up a little bit about movies because he missed our movie show, which you can check out from last week. Also, while I'm plugging stuff, HBO's A Night of the Seven Kingdoms premieres tomorrow, and if you want to get ready for it, I have 3 videos on the channel. One of them is a review of the original novella, The Hitch Knight. That's right. I did a book review. I'm a book person.
Nice.
I'm actually reading another book, unrelated to anything. I'm just kind of reading a book. So good on me.
You guys heard of the Quran?
Yeah. Who's the academic now?
It's Dianetics. You guys,
No, it's not. We have to cut that part of the video on the man. You gotta get to know the enemy.
Oh man, we're gonna get so shut down now.
Our second, anyway, back to our regular coverage.
But Tom Cruise is coming on the show next week.
And that would get the clicks. Our other video that I put out is a review of the comic by the original comic adaptation of The Hedge Knight by Jet Comics. That was a long time ago, from 2003.
Didn't we read that for the comic club?
I think we did. I remember. I mean, I've read it before, and I don't remember what. But I think is when the show came out that year, we were all excited about Game of Thrones in comic book club.
Yeah.
So I think we picked it at some point. And
Is
then
this-
the last video I have. Oh, sorry, Jeff, you were to say something?
Well, I've seen a trailer or a commercial for this night show you keep speaking of, and it seems funny. Is it funny? Or
Well,
is it just
funny you say that. My last video I'm gonna plug in is 5 things that the show has to get right based on me reading the book and the comic, and one of those is the tone. The tone of this is very different from Game of Thrones. This is as street level as you get in the world of Game of Thrones. This is not like nobody's fighting for the kingdom or riding around in dragons. This is just like this is literally a Knight's Tale. So yeah, go check the video. Go check the videos out.
So, does that mean there's less boobies?
I don't think
and
that's the
incest?
case because knights are still gonna show up in different towns and they will require different services like an inn, food, a blacksmith, and a place to hang out. If you know what I mean. So
and this takes place way before Game of Thrones.
it takes place 100 years before the original Game of Thrones and 100 years after the current show House of the Dragon. So it's somewhere.
Okay,
in
I was about to ask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it actually, I was listening to it, and we'll get to comics in a second, but now I'm gonna roll here. I was watching George R. R. Martin talk about how this book came together, and an author friend of his was putting together an anthology called Legends back in 1998 or something. And he wanted to have just like all these fantasy writers all give him a story and put it all together. So there's stories from like Stephen King, Brandon Sanderson, like just any name you might have heard of in fantasy. And George had published the first book by then, but it wasn't like a phenomenon like it is now with the show and all that. But he was asked to do a story for that, and that's where it came from. So yeah. And then tomorrow, of course, after the premiere, I'll probably go live and talk about the first episode, and there you go. So we're getting back to I love that story. So all right, let's get into comics, and we're gonna do it the same way we did the movies. We'll start with Josh. We'll move around the snake draft style, and we'll just go through these because I wanted to do it from top to bottom, because that way if we have a book that Josh picked that is higher than what I picked, we could just talk about it. We don't have to wait. So go ahead, Josh. Kick us off with your first book.
So my top pick, I kind of went back and forth on these top 2 about what would get the top slot. And I finally settled on, and I have very good reasons for this, Babs. Garth Ennis's Babs. I feel like it was a pretty popular book, so much so that it's getting a sequel that I think starts like this week. The first issue comes out. But here's the reason I love Babs. It is genuinely funny, but it is also topical. It is a book fundamentally about toxic masculinity. It is a book about kind of everything wrong, not everything, a good portion of things wrong in society right now. And it tells it in a hilarious fantasy wrapping. And I feel like too many people sat on this book, maybe. So that's another reason I wanted to put it at the top of my list. It's just fantastic. I am so excited for this next miniseries to come out. So,
oh, that's awesome. So one thing I like about our group is that I think we have a very strong Venn diagram where we all gravitate towards the same thing.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the outside of it, it's all over the place.
Yeah,
right?
it really is. Yeah.
Right? So like this wasn't even on my radar. I think I saw it. I know you like Ahoy. It's from Ahoy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you
I
frequent
do
their book.
tend to like Ahoy stuff. Yeah.
When you said Babs, I thought this was, and I don't want to spoil another book, but I thought it was Gilf or the time traveling grandmothers.
Yep.
Because that's
which
also,
I did also really like. Yeah.
okay.
Guilt was great.
Great.
I still need to read Howl, but yeah.
All right. Cool.
I I agree with Danny that I love the outskirts. We might be the only place that has Babs as our number one.
Yeah, I
comic
know,
of the
right?
year.
Garth Ennis is gonna shit a brick when he sees the video.
It's us and Garth Ennis to have Babs as their number one book of the year.
Excellent.
All right, Jeff, what do you got?
I got boring, dumb old ass Absolute Wonder Woman. I guess not an interesting pick at all. Stupid Kelly Thompson wrote another great book. Issued
What a lame-o.
What a lame-o. What a popular character that everybody loves.
Jeff, what does it feel like to be so basic?
I woke up this morning, put on blue jeans, and just ate one egg. I don't know.
I really feel like I've set the wrong tone for this list. I'm sorry.
Just thought to get his iced macchiato before the show.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? Shout out to all our Absolute Wonder Woman was also the top comic that our audience picked in our survey. So we're all basic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fantastic book. It's it takes all the best things about Wonder Woman. She's heavily influenced by magic. It's just she's all magic and love. That's all that Absolute Wonder Woman is, and it's fantastic. I love the Hayden Sherman arc. Most of the series, even the artists that they use are really good. It's just there hasn't been a bad issue that there've been dips, but even the dip ones have been great. You're still just rolling along,
Yeah, it's like dips from a 5 to a 4.5, so it's not like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually my number 3. So, I'll talk about it a little bit as well. I love this series. It continues to fight for the top, and I guess you'll see maybe through my list that maybe it beat out the other thing that it keeps fighting through the top for the Absolute line. I mean, I love the Absolute line as a whole, but man, Absolute Wonder Woman I think the thing that puts it over the top is that she has a giant sword. And I love a protagonist with a giant sword.
Who doesn't?
I mean, Guts. We have Ichigo from Bleach. We have Cloud from Phantom Fantasy. And now we have Absolute Wonder Woman, who has a magical arm and carries around a giant sword. So I love the series. I love the things that Kelly Thompson is doing. She just recently met Absolute Batman, and that was a lot of fun. And Hayden Sherman is putting out top level work. Remember that name because you'll hear it again on the list fairly soon. So Josh, do you have any thoughts on Absolute Wonder Woman? Is that on your list at all?
I have not read a single Absolute book.
How do we get you to read Absolute Wonder? Do I need to go to your house with one of these?
You might have to. Okay. No, actually, here's how. Hazel's going to start reading.
Get Hazel.
I'll probably borrow hers. Right. But no, I have heard, again, you could completely invert my comment about Babs and be like, what kind of moron isn't reading the Absolute books?
Yeah.
So, but no, I do need to read Absolute Wonder Woman. I've heard it's great. I should probably read Absolute Batman because you guys keep going on about it.
Yeah. I think anytime I want you to read something now, I'm just going to I'll send it to your wife so that it can be trickled down to your daughter. And then you guys, and then you'll have to read it.
I just find it sitting on the coffee table. Look, what's this? So
books keep showing up. Great.
Yeah, that would work.
All right. Let me talk about my number 1 book. Now, I haven't talked much about this book because I don't even know who might have read it, but if you haven't read it, you're really missing out. My number 1 book of the year is Jesse Lonergan's Drome. And
I need to read this.
This book is insane. Not only does it have a fantastic story, it is a big chunk. It's 200 something pages. I was lucky enough to talk to Jesse Lonergan this year about it on the I Read Comic Books podcast, but the comic book stuff that Jesse's doing and exploring in this book, like the paneling, the layouts, it's really hard for me to just kind of show you, but Jesse Lonergan always has very distinct paneling and work. I think you guys would really appreciate this book because it's also a really cool story. It is kind of like a fantasy story. So yeah, I think Drome is just one of the best things out there right now, and I don't think that enough people are reading it, and hopefully this will encourage people to go out and check it out. It's from First Second and Macmillan, I think. So so take that. Who's basic now? Boom, boom, boom. But just wait till you get to the rest of my list, though.
I just added it to my Amazon wish list.
Matter of fact, as much as I want you to read Absolute Wonder Woman, I think read this first, Josh, because this is a one and done thing, and it's also got a pretty kick-ass female protagonist. So
there you go.
You'll be covered. All right, and then I guess I'll go for my number 2 since we're doing snake draft style. You know, I had to get my boy in the top of the list, and you guys know my boy is, of course, Batman: The Dark Knight. But it may not be the book that you think. It's actually Batman: Dark Patterns. Hayden Sherman, as I mentioned once again, Dan Waters. This is, to me, like the essence of what a Batman book is when it comes to the detective aspect of it. The way that it builds in these 4 3-issue arcs. I don't know. This is like it became for me an instant classic.
Yeah,
just the way that it explores the world. You know, it's set in a Gotham in the past, so like it doesn't mess around with continuity. And Hayden Sherman's visuals are just incredible. So I don't know if this was on any of y'all's list.
It is both? My number 2.
Ding ding. We got our 3.
First. There we go.
Cool. That's our first jackpot. So
now
I'll let you guys talk about it now.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, it's the best Batman story that I've read in years, I think. It's a complete story. You know, it's again, Hayden Sherman. We talked about Hayden Sherman already. Hayden Sherman artwork is fantastic. And I think we all read it differently. Danny, I know you were reading it in chunks, and I was just reading it month to month.
Same.
But I think it just read great, fantastic throughout. Like either way, you can read it as a whole story, or in chunks, or like it's just a great Batman book, great detective Batman book too.
Yes,
that's what's really good about it.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think even the structure was kind of nice, where it's 12 issues, but they're broken up into smaller chapter stories, but they're all interconnected. But you don't really realize it till you get to like the last one. I know I wasn't on the show and you guys probably talked about it, but what did you think of the ending?
I really feel like it was the best ending that I could probably think of, just because there's no other way to kind of gel everything and have this fit in continuity. So it's almost like not a compromise, but just like maybe not as impactful as it could have been had this just been like a Black Label story or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Which I think it's more difficult. I think it's more difficult to have.
Oh, okay.
Because if you just go out, that's such a every cover. But if you just have a blank slate on a Black Label book, you can kind of do whatever you want. With this, Dan Water has to play within these boundaries that have been set up, right?
Yeah.
He can't kill Batman. He can't, like, there's a lot of things that you can't do, and I think that's a lot more difficult. And it still felt like once you thought about it, every arc does build to that.
Look at that picture.
Yeah.
Oh, that page.
I love those interstitials of like different shapes, the panels being in different shapes that Hayden Sherman does. He does that a lot. So that's kind of overall. I do have a plug in another video. We have a full review of my thoughts on the channel if you want to check that out. But I don't know, Jeff, what did you think about it? Well, I mean the audience too, Josh. Sure. What did you think about it, Jeff?
We have an audience?
I hope so.
Ooh, the book, the Dark Patterns. All right, I already told you.
The ending.
Oh, the ending. Well, that's why I had to pull it out. I was just like, I don't remember it being like anything that I irked at or anything like that. I just thought it was like a good ending to a Batman book. Just like,
I guess I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I just felt like, and I think I often feel this way at endings, I felt like the last issue was kind of rushed, and I wanted just a little bit more breath with what was happening with the antagonist, with Batman, with the side characters. I don't know.
the book feels like there's a lot of reveals, but I think upon a reread, once you know what the ending is, you'll see that the clues were kind of there from the beginning.
Oh, okay. That's a good point because I've
Uh,
only read it once, so I should
so
probably go back.
it's not really rushed. You just
Yeah.
weren't hip to what was going on, you know?
That's a nice way of saying I'm a dum dum, but that's fine.
No, I mean, listen, I'm telling you, the only reason I get a lot of this stuff is because I am making videos for the channel, and I don't want to sound like an idiot, which it's still very hit or miss proposition. So, the collection for this will be out on March of this year. So when you see my list on League of Comics, that's what I've added, the collection, because I'm talking about the whole series. So now,
Cool.
Jeff, you
Yeah.
said this was your number 2 as well.
Yep.
This was my number 3.
That was your number 3. Okay, so let's go to your number 2.
My number 2 is Fantastic Four by Ryan North.
Nice.
Now,
Both.
question. Okay, yeah, is it pre or post number 1?
Yeah.
I'm just calling
As
it
a whole?
because just as a whole, because it's not there was no real reason to reboot that series.
Yeah, that kind of bugs me.
Other than they were launching the movie. They did it for the movie, obviously, I think.
Well, and I think to bring in a new artist, but
and to bring in a new artist.
Yeah.
Which also kind of bummed me out because I did like whoever was
did
doing
too.
the. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Berta Ramos. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, why are you replacing the old guy? Like he was doing a great job too. But this is a series you can pick up pretty much any issue from any Ryan North issue and just read individually, and you're getting a great story.
Yep.
And there is, if you read enough issues, you do kind of see the through line that is what is happening that led up to Emperor, the One World Under Doom's crossover event.
Yeah.
And going forward, but you don't have to matter because you're just enjoying every single issue and you're learning something every single issue.
Yeah.
Because Reed is a genius, and like every issue there's like some little factoid that Ryan North puts in there that's a real thing, and it's such a good comic. It's so good.
Nice. Josh, was this on your list as well?
It actually didn't make my list because another Fantastic Four thing did.
Oh, okay.
I totally agree with Jeff. Like I love this whole run. I guess part of the reason was it didn't feel new to me because again, even shifting to number 1 and kind of rebooting the numbering, it just felt like it more of the ongoing series.
Because it started in 2022, which is it's a long time for one writer to keep doing the series. This was actually my number 23, so I'm glad we get a little chance to talk about it.
Nice.
But yeah, I feel the same way. I love everything, especially all this stuff with One World Under Doom. I kind of put those together, but One World Under Doom is a little bit higher. But yeah, I love the ideas that are presented in the book. It feels like a true family book as well.
Yeah.
Which I've always like. That's what I want to read about the Fantastic Four. And interestingly enough, in the reboot and the relaunch in number 1, the first thing that Ryan North does is separate them and try and how are these guys going to get back together?
Yeah.
So yeah,
which I guess we could call his FF shtick now because that's basically what he did when he took over.
That's how he started.
Yeah, I mean, he took the kids away, right? And yeah. So cool.
It's that it's also that consistency is why I kind of rank it so high up there because when you're talking about that month after, like that's Mark Waid numbers, and we'll see Mark Waid on my list later on. But it's rare that you get somebody that is just like, after 12 issues they've told their one story and then they kind of are like, for some writers. But Ryan North is just still going like year after year,
And I feel like he so far, like I kind of wonder if they handed him the One World Under Doom because I think he's proven that he's able to navigate telling a Fantastic Four story and being told by editorial, you've got to wrap in this event and doing it in a way that just feels completely organic and natural to his title. Right.
Yeah.
And so, because again, I'm thinking back to what's the whole Blood Night?
Oh, yeah.
That was called Blood Hunt. Yeah. And how just beautifully he managed that. And I wonder if they're just like, let's just give him One World Under Doom. So,
well, I have good news for you guys. Ryan North is taking over the Flash, along with Gavin Gaudry, starting issue 31. The final order cut up for this is March 2nd, so you still have plenty of time to go and order this. I thought you froze for a second, Josh.
No, I
because
did not know this news, and now I'm super fucking hyped.
Yeah. So are we?
Holy
gonna start
crap!
reading-
I'm
are we
gonna have to
start reading
get.
Flash.
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess
that-
read again.
I feel like
They
that's
got-
devastating for Marvel. Because Marvel,
well, is he leaving FF then?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think
I
so.
just don't think he's exclusive.
Yeah, no, he's
and
not.
Oh,
that's
okay.
usually when I'm just like, oh, somebody's
Yeah.
about to.
All
Because
right.
Marvel very famously does not pay very well, and then DC comes along and is like, we'll pay you more money if you
I'll
want
pay
to.
you more money. All right.
We have to save our money to get back to Bendis when he returns, which he just did this week. All right. Cool. Well, we'll be talking about the Flash in March. But Josh,
Absolutely.
what's your number two? Number two, yes.
So my number 2 was also Batman Dark Patterns.
Okay, perfect.
So
let's
I
go
can
to-
go to number 3.
Let's
if
go
you
to number
want.
3, yes, please.
All right. My number 3, and I'm kind of sad Clay wasn't here for this, is Grommets.
Oh,
I loved Grommets. I thought it was a fantastic miniseries. Again, it really, we said it so many times, it really taps into kind of not just 80s skate culture, but just 80s culture in general. And it's fun, it's heartfelt, it's it gets weirdly dark at a moment that you're kind of not expecting. It's great. It's just a really great book. I hadn't really put this together until just now. It feels a lot like a comic version of an 80s teen movie.
Definitely.
And yeah, so anyway, great book. So that was my number 3. I really liked Grommets.
okay. Jeff, did you finish? Did you read Grommets?
I did read Grommets, and it did not make my list, but it should have. Yeah, it's a fantastic series. It is very reminiscent of like those kind of. It's kind of reminiscent of like those late '90s movies that are reminiscing of their '80s growing up and like whatever.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
It's just it's who's that? Rick Remender and I forget.
Brian Posehn.
Brian Posehn. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a great book, fantastic book.
Okay. Well, now I did read the first issue because I remember we talked about it live on the show, and we even sent an email to. I didn't even check ever if that ever got published. If you guys remember, we wrote a.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
we wrote a letter.
I
To,
didn't
on
check
the
either.
show
Dang
to
it.
Rick Remender.
I'll have to pull mine out and see.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I definitely this has been on my read list for a while, so I'm gonna move it higher now.
I would be curious to some like what you think of it, Danny, because you don't have any kind of like tether to growing up in the 80s and skateboarding or anything like that.
Notoriously hate skateboards.
Yeah. So I wonder if it would play out the same way for you, if it's just like, oh, that's just a story, you know.
And it's really, I like the decks. It's just the wheels that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
But I do love a skateboard deck.
Well, you can just collect the decks.
There was a Grommets deck.
I know it was.
I almost pulled the trigger even if I hadn't read the book because it looked super cool.
That's awesome.
So, all right. So Jeff, I think we've already talked about your number 3, then, right?
Yes.
Okay,
So
cool.
my number 4 is the.
No. We'll go back around. We'll go back around.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, let's stay on. We'll try to stay on. Well, we've already talked about number 3, my number 3, so we'll go. My number 3 was Absolute Wonder Woman.
Okay.
So we will go to number 4, and then I'll come back to you in a second. So my number 4 was Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto's Ultimate Spider-Man. I love that book. It's God damn it. It's remained so good all throughout. I think kind of on the same wavelength as the Fantastic Four. It's just consistently so good. The art, and we have David Messina as well, sometimes coming in and as an artist that whenever it's not about the story's not about Peter, that's when Messina comes in. And obviously this has all been leading up to the Ultimate Endgame, but the book never felt like it was just a connection or a part of something bigger. It just felt like maybe once the book ended, like I feel like the book ends, I think, next month. And then from there, the only time we'll see this Peter Parker will be during the Endgame event. But it's such a good book. Like, I hope Marvel learns from this and they just let Peter grow up and have a family
Yeah.
and be happy.
Yes.
That's why they took
won't.
away.
Be happy.
They won't. They won't, because he's stuck in space right now with an alien suit.
Well, and have you seen what they've teased for the upcoming
Yeah.
Spider-Man stuff? Yeah.
Spider Carnage.
Well, Spider University too.
Oh yeah. There's
That
they
might
are
be
teasing
fun.
everything but Peter Parker having a family and being happy.
Yeah.
They're like, it's
Spider-Man joins the circus.
There are 3 things we won't never do at Marvel: never bring back Gwen Stacy, never bring back Uncle Ben, and never let Spider-Man be happy with a family. That's
I like how all that's canon.
That's the imperative. But yeah, I love it. It's such a great book. I don't know if any of you guys have that on your list, because this is from. I mean, it started in 2024, but it's been super solid through 2025. So
It is.
And
It's number 10 on my list.
okay, cool.
I have not read it. I've skipped all the Ultimates reboot.
Well, once it's all wrapped up, you'll have nice 4 volumes too.
My favorite thing about aside from the Chichetto art is the Uncle Ben J. Jonah Jameson relationship.
Yes.
They are, and Uncle Ben is alive in this universe, and it is Aunt May who is no longer around.
Oh, interesting.
But Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson are these two like old news hounds. Like they still like they run like an independent like online newspaper basically.
Mm-hmm.
And just watching them go back and forth, it's just like Jonathan Hickman was just like, I just want to write 2 old guys having fun. And
I would read a whole thing, like a Frontline style book about those two.
It's his grumpy old men. Like it's so good. It reads so well. They just go
Nice.
at each other.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
Nice. All right, Jeff. Now let's go to your real number 4.
My real number 4 teaser unveiled now. Tin Can Society.
Wow.
Oh, I've been meaning to read that.
Gets in just under the wire. The last issue came out the last week of this last year.
Yeah.
This thing is so cool. I wonder if it was initially kind of thought up as an Iron Man story, because it's basically an Iron Man story. But it's you take Iron Man and you smush him together with all of his like college and high school buddies. And then there's a murder mystery involved and a mystery baby involved. And it is like all the characters just feel fully fleshed out. It's just, the artwork is fantastic all the way through. It's just such a good, solid story.
I know this wasn't like a full Rick Remender book, but this is also part of Giant Generator, and Rick Remender does have a story by credit. So I think we might have Jeff's top writer of the year. With so.
All right, I'm also adding this to my wish list.
Yeah, we should get the collection for this comes out in February. So hopefully, I mean, cool. we should get that from Image. But yeah, I'm excited. I've been waiting. I have this on I have all because the Image sent us all the issues. So I have those on my iPad all grouped together in my Panels app where I read all the review stuff. And I'm like, I'm just going to wait because the thing comes out in February and it'll be better if I just make the video when the collection's coming out. Because I missed the last issue and I was like, all right, now I'll just wait a little bit. But I'm really glad to hear that. And Francesco Mobili is a fantastic artist. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool. All right. Josh, did we go over your number 4 yet?
No.
Okay,
so
go for it.
My number 4, and I feel like I should probably, anyway, my number 4 is, and I'm probably the only one that picked this, Solomon Kane, The Serpent Ring.
Oh.
So basically the first mini-series by Titan through their Heroic Signatures line of another Robert E. Howard character. And it is great. I'll say, and I think I said this on the show, the first issue is kind of a slow start, but once it ramps up, it's great. And this will kind of come up again later when I talk about a disappointment. But one of the things that I think the creators did very well is in this miniseries find ways to tie it back to all the Conan stuff without it feeling forced and still natural and organic to Solomon Kane as a character and his universe. So I really liked that. The writing was great. The art, it's the same writer artist whose name I'm blanking on.
Patrick Searcher.
Thank you. And it's good. It's a really, really good, solid adventure story. So highly recommend.
Yeah, I think Titan Comics, who's putting this out along with all the Conan stuff, they've really taken advantage in a very good way of like Robert E. Howard's work and how to bring that to the page.
Yep.
They had that crossover, right? The Serpent's Ring, I think it was called, or something like that.
Oh no, it was the Blackstone.
The Blackstone, yeah.
And then the current one is also a crossover called the Scourge of the Serpent.
And then they also give us those really cool giant-sized Conan magazines. So.
Love those. That made my list.
Okay, cool. We'll talk about those in a second then. But yeah, good. Shout out to our friends at Titan. They're doing really good stuff there.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. You want to give us your number 5, Josh, as we come back?
Number 5 was Moonshine Bigfoot. Kind of like Grommets, another book that just appeals to a Gen X crowd. It's like, what if we took cryptozoology and the Dukes of Hazzard and also G.I. Joe and just mashed them all together, but left out Match, and it somehow works. It's a delight. It's funny. There's tons of Easter eggs. Almost anytime they go to the bar, there's always Easter eggs in the crowd. So yeah, it's great. It's just a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So this was 4 issues total, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I remember. I mean, this is one of the books we also did on the show because we got a review copy of that. And yeah, I agree. I mean, who doesn't love run around in a car, giant car, escaping from the baddies? Very like, what am I thinking? What's the guys with the General Lee?
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, very much. But instead, it's a Bigfoot.
It's a Bigfoot. Yeah, and there's also aliens and secret societies. It's fantastic.
So it's a great one. So very cool. Alrighty, Jeff, do you want to give us your number 5?
My number 5 is Birds of Prey by Kelly Thompson that ended this year, an ongoing that ended this year. Sadly ended. It was and the ending was not satisfying. I'm gonna be out. It felt like the rug got pulled out from underneath the creative team a little bit, so they had to kind of wrap things up.
No, that's
but every single issue I still think was a solid issue. I really love like Kelly Thompson's was great at doing these kind of interpersonal relationships, especially between women. And there's obviously that's what Birds of Prey is. So it was just fun to like live with these characters and kind of go on these adventures with them and especially watch the interaction between Batgirl and Big Barda.
Yeah,
and her Big Barda characterization is so great. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like dumb old Thor kind of sort of, but not dumb at all. Like, but she has that kind of like stoic way of speaking, like where she forgets adverbs or something. I don't know what it is, but like it's just such a fun book all around. Like I love that collection of characters and the fact that even if this is just for 2025, but the earlier in the series, there was all kind of like Harley Quinn was part of the team and stuff, and you see some of those characters pop up again this year.
Zealot,
yeah. It was just such a fun book.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I agree. It does. So that did not make my list, but it would have been on a longer list if I had more room.
Yeah.
So exciting stuff. All right, my number 5. Once again, this was probably not a surprise to anyone, but it's Absolute Batman.
Nice.
I've been reading Scott Snyder books for the majority of my comic book. I don't think I can name so I started reading comics in 2012. I pretty sure I've read a Scott Snyder book every year since then. So something, because he's been doing stuff all the time. So yeah, Absolute Batman is incredible. The deconstruction and reconstruction of this character, brand new world, brand new twist. Like it just, and this was also kind of the anchor book of like the Absolute universe. Is like, if this one doesn't work, people are not gonna check out the other ones because they're
Yeah.
gonna be like skeptical, right? Um, so yeah, I love this book. Every time I get to a next issue, and they've they've I don't know how they've planned out the artist roster in such a way that it just truly fits with everything. So Nick Dragotta doesn't have to like kill himself to get pages done and get to the next one. Like there's breaks in between arcs, but you can tell that his presence always there because of that really incredible design of this character. Yeah, I love Absolute Batman. It's such a once again, this fights with Wonder Woman for my top. Is just I think Wonder Woman really edged it out a little bit, but not by that much. Like these are all very close to the top of my list. So there you go.
Would you consider Snyder your favorite author?
I might. It's either him or Tom King. I'm not sure. I have to go back and do a tally. That's why I'm keeping track now in League
Yeah.
of whose books I read the most to help me out with those things at the end of the year. So, but yeah, I don't know if any of you guys had Absolute Batman on your list.
It's on my long list.
On your
it's
long
on my
list.
long list.
All
Yeah.
right. Cool. Well, I'll recommend this. I'll put this right under the Wonder Woman. When I'm sending Hazel books, I'll put this right under the Wonder Woman
Nice.
book. So okay, and then I guess we'll go to my number 6. Right? Does that sound right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Number 6 is another Marvel book, but this one's kind of an Elseworld story. It is by Charles Soule, Steve McNiven, Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell. This is just a 3-issue miniseries, and this is pretty much like, I don't like saying this as this isn't like a slide of like, oh, they're just copying the premise. This is Daredevil's The Dark Knight Returns, but it is, I don't know that there's anybody that understands Daredevil as much as Charles Soule does. Going back into this is like, this could be the last story of Daredevil you ever read, and it's so satisfying. But I think the best part about this is that Steve McNiven somehow found another gear to go into. His art just like leveled up. I don't know if it's because maybe, it was 3 issues, but they're kind of oversized. I don't know if it's because he found like the time, like that maybe he had been working on this for a long time. It's incredible. Like, just, I don't know, some of the best stuff I've ever read, and specifically maybe my favorite work by McNiven. The way that he draws an old Daredevil, like he's grizzled and he's old and he didn't really have his powers for a long time, so he's trying to do good in this like apocalyptic world that the world kind of collapsed into. So yeah, I'm very excited. The cover of the collection for this, I think it's already out. So no, it'll be out February of 2026. So I'll be definitely picking this up. I'm very excited. So
Nice.
I don't know if any of you guys read any of this stuff.
It's my number 13 book.
Okay. Great. Yeah, it's fantastic. And like I said, 3 issues, like 120 pages. It's a really, really cool story.
I'm gonna have to read this. It sounds great.
Yeah.
And you're right about that McNiven art. Like, if you go back and look at early Steve, I've always loved Steve McNiven art. Like, it's always, I just think it's really clean and still being very expressive. But this feels like Steve McNiven, just with peppered, like Dark Knight Frank Miller peppered in, and then Kari Andrews' Reign. Like he looks like he's kind of like taking some of those, and Kari Andrews' Reign is also stealing from Frank Miller's Dark Knight artist style. So it's like he's kind of incorporated that into his art style, and it is gorgeous.
Well, and there's no inker. I think that's part of it too. That this is just his art. Yeah. Everything, colors. There's no colorist on the book. There's no inker. It's just Steve McNiven doing Steve McNiven. So, and I think that that really gives him a whole thing to do his vision the way that he wants the book to be. So, yeah, I love this book. So, alrighty, Jeff, what's your number 6?
3, 4, 5, 9. Number 6 is the Kryptonite Spectrum
Ooh, that was on my short list.
It's by W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo. It's a Superman story. It's the same. That's the Ice Cream Man team doing a Superman book. And that book is bananas, bonkers. I still don't know how I feel about the ending of it. we were talking about the ending of Dark Patterns. I'm like, this definitely gives you an ending that is out of continuity.
I'm still two issues behind. I need to catch up.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't say anything else then. But yeah, I love this book. This book is cuckoo bananas. It is art, I think, because they play with the art style. They play with what a comic book story can be. It's great. It's fantastic.
This was
It
my
may
number
not be for
15.
everybody, but I
That's
will.
But if you enjoy it, like you're really gonna enjoy it. This was my number 15.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I get a little bit of chance to talk about it because I love Ice Cream Man. I love their work from other stuff, but man, just seeing them do a story in a world like this and just all the little callbacks, like it never feels alienating. Like if you've never read a Superman book, I mean, you should at least know who Superman is, I guess, before going into this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it never feels like, oh, you had to have all this knowledge. It's just like, here's the thing: if you know about it, you know about it. If not, then just enjoy how crazy and bananas this book is.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like a spiritual successor to All-Star Superman.
Yeah,
but in a way where they're like, now let's make the crazy sequel, like kind of like let's go crazy with it.
Yeah, no hold bar.
Like somehow Grant Morrison had his his hands tied, and they're like, take off the shackles.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think Morazzo's art, like very the line work very similar to Frank Quietly in their approach, very very light and very expressive characters. They
even
definitely
the
have
design.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, I was gonna say the design of like Lex in this is almost straight from Quietly's.
We get a lot of Batman in this book too, which I really appreciate.
Yeah,
this could have been almost like a Batman book. If take 20 pages off from Superman and snap 20 pages in from Batman, and this could have been a Batman book. So yeah, very cool.
And there's also this little hint of like W. Maxwell Prince. Well, if you read Ice Cream Man, it's a very heady book, kind of very depressing book. And this is not depressing, but there are those little threads, like when Superman has to hang out with Billy Batson, and they talk about being part of foster care and stuff like that, where you're like, oh, it hits home. It's real. It's like a real kind of hard hitting thing, but it's still wrapped up in this fun DC story kind of thing,
I
so
could go to therapy, or for $5, I could just read that issue and be like, all right, we're all in this together, baby. So cool. Alrighty. Josh, what's your number 6? Yeah, number 6.
So my number
you just did Solomon Kane.
Shit.
Did you mix them up?
You guys there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
And see me?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Sorry. I can't, I'm good.
Okay,
I can't tell if it's on my end or not. But anyway, my number 6, Los Monstros. It's a James Robinson jam. I really enjoyed it. It's look, I don't say this in a way that's trying to be dismissive at all. I don't think it does anything brilliant or spectacular, but it just takes a bunch of tropes, brings them together, and just does it really well. So it's a film noir style detective story with monsters taken straight from Universal Monsters, right? The art is fantastic. I think I even said this when I read the first issue. And I'm blanking on the artist's name, but it feels... Thank you. His art feels very Dave Stevens, and I say that with the highest praise. It's really, really great. And it works beautifully for this book. So it's not very long. I think it's only 4 issues.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. Is it 4?
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really good. highly recommend. So yeah, that's my number 6.
Nice. We should have the collection just came out at the beginning of January, so I'm gonna make sure that
Oh,
we get that
awesome.
over to Clay, because if there's somebody that likes Starman here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of you guys like Starman, but I feel like we have to get Clay to read another James Robinson book.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, you want to give us your number 7 as well?
Yeah, my number 7, and I'm surprised it hasn't come up yet on any of your guys' lists. Matt Fraction's Batman run. Um, I'll be honest, I was a little skeptical going into it because I don't have a lot of faith in the main line of most major characters comics anymore, with the exception being Fantastic Four. But this has proven to be really great. It's a solid take. It is one of those rare instances where, number one, if you've not read any other Batman book and just kind of jump in and get going, hit the ground running. I'm looking at you, Amazing Spider-Man by Zeb Wells, as the antithesis of this. And it's great. I've really enjoyed it. Again, I'm about 2 issues behind. I think I need to read issues 4 and 5 or 5 and 6. Yeah.
This was on my list at number 12, and the reason it's so low is only because there's such a low issue count in 2025, right? I think we only got 4 total issues.
Yeah.
But it's still 4 really good issues. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot to dig into there. And I mean, it's a Batman book. Jorge Jimenez also, like, maybe the Batman artist of this generation.
very good. Yeah.
So I love it. I love all the little we talked about this, I think, when we talked about the last issue on the Sunday show, but Jorge Jimenez adding all the little, like, here's this is the bat belt and this is what it does, like, and it just, you see it in as the story's kind of going on. I love all those little things, and I'm sure that a lot of that comes from Fraction's script, so they're doing such a good job together. And I also just kind of I kind of miss reading a Matt Fraction book.
Yeah.
It had been a while, and he was busy doing Godzilla, which the new season comes out later on. The Legacy of Monsters Monarch show comes out later on, and I'm still very excited for that. But if I have to pick, I have give me Matt Fraction and Batman over a Godzilla show, like 9 times out of 10. There's so much other Godzilla, but there's only one Matt Fraction Batman running. So yeah,
unless Godzilla starts having dialogue, give me the Batman Fraction. Like,
hold on a second.
If we give Godzilla an internal dialogue,
yeah,
that'd be great.
Here I go again swimming.
As voiced by Gilbert Gottfried.
R.I.P.
Oh God.
Atomic breath. I love this Batman run. It is a little early in the run for me to have put it in like the top of 2025. But the last issue,
2026.
Yeah, but watch out 2026. That 5th issue that came out the first year of this year, my favorite Batman issue in a long time. Single issue of Batman in a long time.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like Josh is lagging a little bit, but we got to his stuff. So let's do Jeff, why don't you give us your number 7?
7. My number 7, to kind of keep proving that I might secretly like Rick Remender, is The Seasons. By Rick Remender.
Long list.
Paul Azaceta art. It's a slow burn comic. A crazy carnival is kidnapping a bunch of sisters, the Season sisters, all named after there's 4 of them named after a certain season. But it really, not much has actually happened in the book, but the artwork is so good, and there's a lot of great characterizations and stuff in this book happening between all the sisters. And I think it's I forget which sister we're actually following. Spring, I think it is such a cool character. She's like just your intrepid little kid, just trying to do the right thing with her goldfish. Yeah, it's a fun book. It's a real fun book.
So this is actually on my list at 25. This is the last one that I included on here. It's really good. it might have gone higher. What had I caught up? I've only read to like maybe issue 5 or 6, and
Yeah.
that's only because I keep forgetting that this book is out because it's not regularly coming out. I think it comes out in chunks
Yeah.
and then takes a break. But is the question here really is Rick Remender Jeff's favorite writer of 2025? And it sounds like it is. Like if you just look at the stats.
I mean, Kelly Thompson's on here a couple of times as well.
Yeah.
And so it's
But how does
it's up
Kelly Thompson how does she
it's
uh
up for
when it comes to your Gen X sensibilities, how does that
oh well, see,
stack
there we
up?
go. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's another thing. A lot of the like I'm looking at the writers here, and a lot of them are probably like in that like older millennial, younger Gen X thing, and I'm like, oh, that's probably why I like them a lot because they're kind of they're part of my generation too. So very cool. Yeah, I really like the season. Paul Acevedo's art, like obviously he did, he's done such cool things, but this one, man, I don't know. There's something about the colors in this book, especially because
Mhm.
it drives a lot of the story because of like the seasonal change, mood of the whole thing, and also Rick Remenders with this circus. It's some insane things that are going. Like it almost feels like, how is this not a Twilight Zone thing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, cool. I'm glad it's on your list, so I could talk a little bit about it. Okay, my number 7. This is my other indie darling, if you will. It's a book called "This Place Kills Me." This is from Abram Books, by Mariko Tamaki and Nicole Go. It's kind of a young adult story about this girl who uh, she's in this school for girls, and then there's a murder, and it turns into like this whole kind of Nancy Drew mystery, but it's also a coming of age story because our main character is queer and she's in the 80s, and it's very different but
Sadly,
in
yeah.
some aspects. So it just really gives you a whole world that you kind of dropped into for like a little bit. It's like we're just gonna live within this time frame of this when this happens, and then we're back. And Nicole Go's art just really fits the story. Um, it has a very distinct look, but it also feels like when she has to capture those little things, like like a Walkman or like things that like all those little nods to the 80s. They work really well. There's also a little bit of because when you have a sense of dread, like how to display that on a page, I think Nicole Go really nails it. And just all this, um, she's going through a lot because somebody did die, so like that's a lot to put in a student. So yeah, I really like this book. And Mariko Tamaki, like she's been writing a whole bunch, like she's done a lot of DC work and a lot of superhero stuff, but man, oh man, I need to go back and look at more of the work outside of the capes because sometimes, and that was one of my resolutions for the year, like just to dig into some of this stuff that doesn't make it into the comic shop unless you kind of order it, right? Like this is something you would probably just get at Barnes and Noble instead, in their not in their graphic novel section, but in that illustrated young adult section of the book of the store. Um, so and if you read Laura Dean keeps breaking up with me, then you're probably familiar with Mariko Tamaki and these coming of age stories. So yeah, it's great. I love this book, and I really really recommend it. So alrighty, let's go to number 8. I'm surprised this one hasn't made it, maybe for some of you guys, because I think we all read it. It's Out of Alcatraz. Uh,
Oh,
Christopher
yeah.
Campbell, Tyler Crook. Uh the idea of this like else not Elseworld story, but like this alternate universe escape from Alcatraz, like what if? Like
Mhm.
it's so good.
Alternate fiction.
Yeah,
I think
alternate
that's the
fiction. Thank you. It's so good, and it's only like 4 issues, but they all work really well. Oh, it's 5 issues total. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This book just like I feel like more people need to like get a hold of this. If anything, even if you don't care anything about the story of Alcatraz, like Tyler Crook's art in this is like incredible.
It's really good,
It's
yeah.
painterly. It just like really fits the story. It can get really dark, especially those first few pages where you're in the water. and then also obviously has a lot to say about the 60s and the culture back then, and with these men on the run. So I really like it. There's a lot of twists and turns, and I think it has a very satisfying ending as
Oh, yeah.
well. Which is not. It's almost like if the book manages to seamlessly shift focus as you're reading it, and then you get to the ending and you're like, oh, we didn't. The story was not originally about this, but here we are. But it still works. So yeah, I Christopher Count was such a good writer. I can't wait to get back into the Briar Sleeping Beauty retelling that he's doing. So I don't. You guys also read this, right? Did you guys finish Out of Alcatraz?
I only read the first issue, so I need to get the collection to read it.
Okay.
Yeah, this made my long list, and I loved it. It feels like it's a great period piece. I definitely, you talk about like things getting adapted or getting picked up to become movies, like
Mhm.
Exquisite Corpses. I'm like, oh, this needs to get picked up.
Yeah, right.
I would
Yeah,
love to
totally.
watch a film version of this.
Get
It's great.
Get Campbell back to his roots, right? He did that Halt and Catch Fire show on
Halt and
AMC.
Catch Fire.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah, that
I
was him.
didn't-
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Make
wow. That's a
this-
great show.
Make this an AMC series in the style of Halt and Catch Fire.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. Because that was a great period piece.
Especially,
Yeah.
especially for everybody from Dallas. We're like,
Yeah, exactly.
just pointing at the screen. Yeah, he also did the Lee Harvey, where like whatever happened to Oswald's body or something like that. So I think he likes those like alternate reality stories.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And maybe Dallas in general. I don't know. We'll have to.
Is he
we'll have
from
to-
here?
I don't think so, but I have to reach out, see if he ever wants to come talk to us, because
Yeah, that'd be great.
If just as people that live in Dallas, like that's very interesting. That
Mm.
if it's not the X-Men tearing up downtown, or go to the state fair.
Yeah, true.
That's interesting because the guys that do the Texas, what is it?
Texas Blood.
That Texas Blood, like they've never been to, like they've only been to Texas once.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like for vacation or something, and then they based this whole thing around just this one vacation to Texas that they took. They were like, yeah, that's great.
Well, they came back in 2025 because I got to meet them on at the fan convention. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's interesting that people that they're not from here can really capture what it's like. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jeff. You're number 8 if we haven't talked about it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is Exceptional X-Men by Eve L. Ewing.
Oh, we have an
My
X-Men
favorite
book on board.
We have an X-Men book. I couldn't pass these guys up. The X-Men have been rough all for, I don't know, since the fall of Krakoa.
Yeah.
Both in real life and in their comic book life. But I love this. But this is far more a New Mutants book than it is an X-Men book. And it does it doesn't. So Gail Simone,
Yes.
Gail Simone's book and Jed McKay's book. My biggest complaint with them is they have way too many characters that they're trying to corral into the story. This Eve L. Ewing book, it does introduce 3 new characters, but it only has Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost. Bobby Drake is like a side character, but he's like a very small part. But it's just these 5 characters, and that's all they focus on. So everybody gets a chance to kind of develop a character. And it's just like Eve L. Ewing seems like a younger writer, so she really I don't know how old she is in real life, but she definitely captures that young when she's writing these kids. They sound like kids, as opposed to sometimes you see like Mark Wade writing a kid and they sound like Mark Wade writing a kid,
Oh, skibbity toilet, eh?
Yeah.
Hello, fellow youth.
Yeah. I just had such a blast with this book, and I'm glad that it got taken away when they did the alternate universe Age of X thing. Yeah, Age of Revelations thing. But she is getting her own book, and it is a book based around kind of returning to the school concept of the X-Men
United, right?
Something like that. X-Men, yeah. So I'm excited for that.
Cool. I started reading this, but then like all X-Men, really, it was a rough year for me and the X-Men in 2025.
Yeah.
Well, you broke up with them, right?
Yeah, but it's okay. Wolverine's bringing me back. So he's my.
He is the lover of the group.
I don't know how to quit him.
He's still
I wish I knew. But yeah. So I'm excited to see what happens in the future. This and the Gail Simone book are the ones that are like I should read those. I should catch up on those. So okay, Josh, if we haven't talked about your number 8, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is Savage Sword of Conan.
Ooh,
I love the revival of this like late 70s, 80s magazine format that, you know, when I was a kid was always up there on the high shelves with the naughty books. And I just like it coming back. I like the anthology format. I like the fact that anyone who's not reading comics could see this in a store, pick up any issue for the most part, and just read 2 to 3 standalone stories that you don't need to have any prior knowledge of. It just kind of it harkens back to what I think a lot of us keep saying about what we loved about comics when we were younger, which is you didn't need to have years and years and years of knowledge to pick up an issue and enjoy it. And you didn't need to invest in a 4, 5, 7, 12 issue run that then was just going to stop and bring in a whole new team and reboot everything yet again. So it feels like reading classic comics. So
nice.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I think is it Jim's Up, right?
An assortment of creators actually. Okay. So actually the Patrick Horvath,
Patrick Horvath. Oh,
he got his start doing Solomon Kane as stories in Savage Sword.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
I like it. I mean, yeah, this is a book. Like I said, I think Titan is probably doing such cool things. Like Marvel did some fun stuff with Conan when they had him.
Yeah. But it was only Conan. Like that's the thing. So yeah.
This is like you get the whole kit and caboodle here with this one. So alrighty. And then I think we'll go to your number 9 as well if we haven't talked about it, Josh.
My number 9 is I think one that understandably I think a lot of people are missing out on, but it is the Phantom revival. I will say again, I went into this a little with low expectations. I feel like often when these characters are revived, looking at you, Dynamite, they don't always do a great job. Did I freeze?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, all right. Sorry, guys. But this is Mad Cave, and Ray Fox, Russell Olin are doing it, and it is just fantastic. It is really good. The storytelling is great. It's captivating. It doesn't really deviate that far. They're not trying to do something completely, bonkers with the character, but it does update it to kind of contemporary sensibilities. It's just really good. I'm shockingly really enjoying this a lot. So, but yeah. So go check it out. The Phantom. It's still ongoing. I don't know how many issues it's going to be, but I think issue 5 comes out pretty soon.
Yeah, 4 and 5 should be coming out in these 2 months. So cool.
Yeah. So anyway,
I saw this because Mad Cave sends us a lot of stuff to look at, and this was one because of that same thing of you mentioned, like sometimes it's hard to reboot a character.
Yeah.
Like what was it? The Defenders of the Earth.
Yep. Oh, that was awful.
Which we were kind of burnt by a little bit. I was like, maybe I'll skip this one. But
yeah, see, I think a lot of people did, which is understandable. So
yeah. But now that you brought it up, I'm very excited to go back.
I'm here to tell you it's great.
Cool.
So,
and I think I'm trying to. I'll look for the Russell Olson art because Freddie Williams did the covers, so that
I keep are very different covers because they just feel very pulpy and kind of fun and old fashioned.
Oh, nice.
So
those are cool covers.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I do like that there's wave of like those older characters that are kind of making a comeback. There's a Jason Aaron's taking on Thundar the Barbarian later on this year. So that sounds amazing.
I'm so excited about that.
I'll read
Yeah.
that. Holy shit! I didn't know
I'm-
that was coming.
I'm sending emails left and right. Like, "Hey, can we talk to Jason here? Because I think it's Dynamite, right?
Is
I
it
think it's
Dynamite? I was
Dynamite.
going to ask.
And
just before that.
Dynamite
All
was
right.
the one that let me talk to Ed Brisson. So hopefully
Okay.
this all works out.
Because I didn't mind the Herculoids. I only read the first issue, but man, give me some Thundar by Jason Aaron, because I love Thundar anyway, and I feel like he's a perfect writer for it.
Because Jason Aaron
Maybe
did
Daniel
such a-
Warren Johnson would also be good,
yeah,
but
but you know,
Yeah,
Jason Aaron did a really cool Thor, and I'm not saying that they're
Yeah.
the same, but I mean the vibes are similar.
yeah, the
And
vibes
Jason
are
Aaron
very
also did
similar.
Conan, which even more
Yeah.
similar, right? He was I think he did that.
He
that
did
really cool
Savage
King-
Avengers.
No, that was David Pebbles, but he did the standalone Conan book at Marvel, and then
Oh,
I think it
okay.
all kind of led up to that King Conan story at the end or whatever. So
Okay.
great. Alrighty. Who's next? Where are we at? Number 9 for you, Jeff.
Yes.
Number 9.
Yes, sir.
Number 9 for me is Transformers.
Oh, I'm
Transformers.
interested to hear this because I have thoughts, but go on.
Oh, it was kind of a toss up between. I wanted one of the Skybound books to be on there, and for me, GI Joe and Transformers kind of go back and forth as being like, oh, this is really cool happening. This is really cool happening. But I think Transformers edges it out just because I think it's been going on a little bit longer, and I have just the more fond memories of how vicious these Transformers are. Because that has not let up since the beginning since the first issue. They are still just as equally vicious now as they were when this started. It is a little there were stuff in the larger story where you're like, what's going on with the bigger universe? Like Seattle's under siege. I say that as Minneapolis is under siege in real life, and we're all just sitting here doing a podcast because I'm like, what's going on? Like,
fair point.
So I don't know, but I'm having such a blast reading it. It is screaming to the inner child in me that is having so much fun. You hear Peter Cullen's voice, when Optimus Prime speaks, and Frank Welker whenever Megatron's on. Like, I hear all their voices from that old cartoon. It's just a blast. I love this. I love the series. So much fun. And then when Dan Mora came on, like I loved all the artwork from
Corona and
Corona
Howard and Warren Johnson.
Yeah, but that switch up to Dan Mora's really clean style.
Yeah,
it's so cool. Seeing that Optimus Prime under Dan Mora is just like, oh, that's so gorgeous.
Have you read this week's, Jeff?
Yeah.
Well, he draws so Mora draws Optimus Prime in a really clean way.
Mm-hmm.
When you get Megatron pages, it harkens back to that crazy, like really dynamic, like it switches completely.
Yeah,
especially
it's a Hori Corona again.
Pages, especially those last few pages of this latest issue. I don't want to say anything because it's a big spoiler. But
I didn't get my comics this week. That's
when I got to those pages, I was like, holy shit. Like I went back to check that it was all Dan Mora, and it was, because it felt back that big kinetic style that was one of my favorite things about Transformers, that you never felt the art shift. Like, you knew it was a different artist, but like Warren Johnson, Corona, Howard, like they all have that weird frantic style.
Yeah.
And then you really feel it at 25. It's a really it starts with Corona art. The first few pages are Corona art, and then once you get to the actual Autobots, like Dan Mora comes in and it's like, holy moly, there's like a whole new visual, right? But I like that Mora can also get there to where he needs to go in some of those things. So if anything, my one caveat with Transformers, and it was on my list as well, I think it's like 13, the stuff in Cybertron felt a little bit too disconnected. It almost felt like it had to be there for the Void Rivals book to connect somehow.
Yeah.
Well, and because that was a big part of Johnson's run.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, but I mean, even the Johnson Cybertron stuff, like all he ended up doing was moving pieces around, where I still feel like, why are we checking in on Cybertron other than to send? Because we send, I think, what's the little car?
They're
all
Cliff
little
Jumper.
cars. Cliff Jumper. Thank you.
Jumper, yeah.
Cliff Jumper got stuck over there, and then we got reinforcements with was a beachcomber or something like that. Um, I will say the latest issue gives you a roster update, and it's so appreciated. There's like a full page of just like check in Transformers, and it's just like everyone. Like, give me except for one person, but you'll see what happens there. So yeah, it's I do still love the Transformers book though, so I'm glad it made somebody's list, or at least higher than, because like I said, it is on my list, but it's a little bit lower. So
See,
I'm glad that page was there, because I was like, what's the difference between Bulkhead and Shredhead? I didn't know
yeah,
there was a difference.
or between Starscream and who's the one that's now joined the Autobots?
Thundercracker.
Trail
I don't
something.
remember.
Well,
One of them.
even with Ultra Magnus and Optimus, sometimes I'm like,
Yeah, right.
which
You
one
just
am I
have to look
looking
for
at? Yeah,
the smokestacks.
yeah. You know,
Okay.
yeah. Go ahead,
Here's
Jack.
my so I a Skybound book did not make my list, but if one had, it would have been GI Joe.
Okay.
This may just be my thing. I know I haven't had a chance to say this yet. I don't feel like Kirkman's really been able to wrangle Transformers to what it needs to fit into the bigger universe. I still feel like he's doing a fairly bad job of it. GI Joe just feels really tightly integrated. And every, like, the Dreadnought War has been a shit ton of fun. I think that's the thing. GI Joe, the Skybound is fun. Transformers is not, and I recognize they're trying to do different things, but they're so tonally different that I may have to bounce off Transformers. Like, I'm really not digging it anymore.
That's interesting, because the next few issues, like I think there's one more, and then the eight. What is it? Maybe 18? No, 28. They're about to cross over, because I see the covers.
Oh, really? Okay.
I've seen covers with Duke and Optimus Prime in them.
Okay, all right. Then I'll stick.
But I don't know if it's in the GI Joe book or in the Transformers book. That's also the confusing part.
Okay.
But I will say, that's funny you say that, because I'm actually behind on the GI Joe. Like, I have them all ready to read now, because now that the Dreadnought War is over, I want to catch up on that.
Yeah.
But GI Joe is a book that I've been kind of moved to the trade, or at least the arc.
I can see that.
Yeah, Transformers, and it's not only because it's some of the best performing videos on the channel, but I do enjoy reading them on a monthly basis. We do have gregarious in the chat. It does feel dark, but in a cartoon what if universe kind of way. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but
I really like both series, honestly.
Yeah,
I both, like, that's why I was like neck and neck for me for which one would go in.
And Void Rivals is also pretty good. Like, it feels very different, but it's so I think every series on the Skybound, it's overall like good to really good to like fantastic, right? At least for me. So it just depends on like how I'm gonna read this. Like, is this a book that I'm reading monthly, a trade weight, or like whatever the case may be.
But will you be able to do that if they really do start crossing over in more tightly integrated ways?
Well, that's why I want to catch up on everything
Okay.
to make that decision because the quintessence work has started in Void Rivals.
Right.
I don't know if that affects anything that's going on in Cybertron, because I haven't read it yet. I'm not there yet, right? So we'll see.
So far, no. I can tell you so far,
Okay,
as somebody who reads all of them month to month. So far, no. But it's like one issue in. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's sitting right here. I just need to read that Void Rivals issue.
Mine too. I got this one cool die cut cover.
That die cut cover is so cool.
Those die cut covers.
I'm really taken with the just the painted face covers.
Those are cool too.
Yeah, the Dreadnought Wars ones were great.
Yeah.
I love those. So
it feels like like an Oh Brother Where Art Thou, because it's just like Cobra and Duke. Like every situation every time.
Does. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, my number, what is it, 9? It is a book that maybe should be higher. It's Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Interesting. All right.
It's so good though. I love it, and the only I don't know why I put it so low. Really, like I was struggling really to kind of like, these are all like 1 through 10, like like it's really hard. but it's so good. Dennis Camp. I mean, I have another book in the larger list for Dennis Camp, but Martian Manhunter. Just let's start with the art. Javier Fernandez,
Mm.
Javier Rodriguez is insane. I don't know how these visuals come together. It's the ideas that are being shown through the book of like this entity like affecting everyone in different ways, and it's all through the smoke, and then the Martian Manhunter not really being a physical being. It's really really cool. So yeah, I mean, and Dennis Camp, he's doing superhero stuff, but also if you dig deeper, like there's a lot of stuff to talk about society and commentary there. Like you can take it or leave it, I guess, depends on how you want to approach the book, but it's not so much in your face. Like Assorted Crisis feels like we're gonna talk about this issue.
Mm.
Whereas Martian Manhunter is like there are issues going on and you can pay attention to them, or you can enjoy the insanity of this superhero book. Like it's up to the reader.
See, now
But
that sold me on this book. I really want to read Absolute Martian Manhunter now. That sounds great.
I'll have to just leave a little pile of books for Josh.
like comic book Santa Claus. Uh,
If that was the real thing, I wish I was comic book Santa Claus. Just dropping off little.
That'd be the true Santa Claus, right? That other guy with the toys and shit can go fuck off.
Yeah. And the kids only want iPads anyway nowadays.
To read comics on, right?
Like Mark Russell's like if you want to get into like social issues and it's funny and it's cute, but Denise Camp is like, I'm gonna slap you in the face with some social issues, and then you're gonna be like, oh wow, this is what really his life is about. Like that's kind of how I feel about Denise Camp. This is on my long list. This book is on my long list.
Nice. All right, let me go to my number 10, and then we'll do y'all's 10, and then we'll do honorable, dishonorable. We'll start wrapping up the show.
All right.
So my number 10 is a book that I'm reading monthly, and it is excellent as a monthly read. It was recently announced that it will be now also made into a film. It is by James Tynion IV and a plethora of other creators. It is Exquisite Corpses.
Oh, nice.
It's incredible. Like this book, it's so good. I don't know how it's so cohesive. It shouldn't be with so many people working on it. Every artist that they brought in like manages to capture the essence of the killer that they're following for that issue. And it's a really cool story. Like on top of it, it's the premise itself is insane. Of like, these rich people having their contests of every 5 years to see who rules over the country. It's great. I love it, and the Fox Mask Killer is like one of the coolest designs I've ever seen in comic books in a long time. So, yeah, highly encourage everyone to go check out Exquisite Corpses before they make it into a movie, and then I guess check it out again once they make it into a movie.
I do wonder if they're going to carry over the process to the movie. Like, will there be different directors for
I mean, they might have a whole writer's room situation.
Yeah.
So,
did you ever see that movie 4 Rooms?
I was just thinking about 4 Rooms. Yeah.
As soon as you said multiple directors, I was like, "Ooh, a 4 Rooms."
4 Rooms. Yeah, exactly.
Nerds.
All right. I don't know if Exquisite Corpses was on anybody else's list.
No, on my list.
Okay.
It's
on my to read.
Yeah, and I like the volumes I like them because they are. I mean, the first one's only 3 issues technically, but the first issue is also triple size, so you're getting a 5-issue thing. So it's probably a good way to read the book. I just really like on a month. It feels very episodic, and I think it's by design. Because every issue begins with we're looking in at the game room where we get Michael Walsh doing art. Then we go to the town to check in, and then there's little flashbacks to the big game room, and then we usually close out in the game room again. So that's kind of like your frame. Like Michael Walsh is the frame that holds everything together, and then the other creators, well, I guess Tinian and Walsh, and then the other creators kind of like, we're gonna give you this bonker story in between, following all these kooky characters, and it's pretty gnarly too. Like there's a lot of blood in this book.
I do. As somebody who reads books monthly, I feel like it would read better if you collected a few and then read them through.
Little
because reading month to month, there's so many characters in there. You kind of like, and the fact that the art style changes, I'm a
Yeah.
little like, who are we following now again? You know, if I'm
Yeah, especially
trying
if
to
it's not
remember
like
after.
somebody with a distinct look, right? Like the killers are pretty
Right.
distinct, so you can follow them around for
Yeah.
the most
But all
part.
the people in the town are just townsfolk. You know, you have to kind of remember who they are.
Yeah. All right, Jeff, what's your number 10?
My number 10 was Ultimate Spider-Man. We already talked about it.
Okay,
Nice.
cool.
Dun, dun, dun.
We'll give you a chance to do some honorable mentions in a second. Then, Josh, have we talked about your number 10?
Nope. And this might be the most controversial entry on here.
It's not a comic.
No, it is, but
Okay.
it's a single issue.
Oh,
The Fantastic Four First Steps tie-in comic.
what?
I know, right? Now,
There's your
here's
fraction.
yeah. Here's the thing. I
thought you were gonna pull out the. I thought you were gonna pull out the comic.
Here's the thing.
Oh yeah, no, here's the thing. So no, I typically don't like tie-in comics, but I felt like this one did a really great job of not just rehashing what the movie was going to be, but by truly introducing you to the world and the universe. And all the like in-universe, you know, like the fake magazine articles about Johnny or Reed, those are just a delight. And I really, really enjoyed reading it. And I thought as an artifact in comic form from the movie, it was just a stellar example. So I just wanted to make sure it ended up on my list. So
It's great. Oh, that's not what I want to share. I want to share this one.
yeah, that's the one I bought.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, and I think you'll enjoy this, so I'll go back to the other tab. They're doing a follow-up called Fantastic Four First Foes #1.
Oh, I didn't know
continues
this.
following him. This is a continuance to the movie characters.
Okay, cool.
So this comes out later this year.
Who is that by?
This is going to be by Dan Slott and Mark Buckingham. So
Oh.
we'll see how that
Okay.
goes. I like Dan Slott, and
Yeah.
it's for a one standalone thing. But I also really love the tie-in issue. I was very excited about the film, and
Yeah.
you know, like it just really, really worked. Matt Fraction, I think, is a fantastic writer. I do like that they're at least keeping the artist consistent. Mark Buckingham's also going to do he did both issues.
Yeah.
But it's so cool. It's the rare instance where a tie-in book to a movie really adds to it.
Yeah.
Right. And
Totally agree.
it really
Yeah.
feels like it's tied into it. It's not just like, oh, here's a thing we're doing because we need to print something for the movie.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, cool. All right, I think that was all 10 of our books. Here, let's see. Do you guys have any honorable mentions that you guys want to start with?
I have one honorable mention.
Okay.
That probably should have made the list, but because it's still pretty new and ongoing, I want to give it more time to breathe.
Sure.
Spider-Man Noir.
Oh, okay.
It's
Cool.
been a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying it. I guess I mean, I know he's a writer because of Savage Dragon, but just why am I blanking on his name?
Eric Larson.
Eric Larson, thank you. Him just like writing this book and it having a lot of like kind of fun to it.
Yep.
Maybe that's my thing of the year is I just want fun comics. Who knows? But
I wonder why.
Oh yeah. What the hell? But no, it's good. But it also doesn't really pull its punches,
Yeah.
you know, like the whole mystery around Gwen Stacy's dad is he's really got himself in a bind, let me tell you. So yeah. So but yeah, that's an honorable mention, but we're only 4 issues in, so I just wanted to give it some time to breathe.
Cool. All right, Jeff, did you have any honorable mentions?
10 more honorable mentions I could mention.
Quickly go through them.
World's Finest has been consistently fantastic. Mark Waid, Batman, Superman, a bunch of artists. Bug Wars by Jason Aaron was so much fun. It's like John Carter and Mars and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids wrapped into one with sexy bug women. Invisible Man, the Universal Monsters Invisible Man by
yeah.
James Tinian and Denis. Beautiful artwork, very creepy. Rainbow Rowell's Runaways, which made a comeback, quick comeback for the One World Under Doom kind of tie-in. I love those characters. I'm glad that they kind of keep them in Marvel keeps them in rotation. Assorted Crisis Events. Man, if you want to be sad, read that book. Sacrificers has that's another recommender, isn't it?
Yep.
Sacrificers, Bird People taking over gods. I love it. We're taking everyone down with us. Was such a fun riff on
That was
James
cool.
Bond
That was very cool.
villains.
Yeah, I agree.
Feral month to month has been fantastic. It's Walking Dead for cats. And then my one that I don't think anybody else really. Oh, Cheetah and Cheshire Rob the Justice League. I think that is just such a good heist comic.
Yeah.
And then Pastime, vampire baseball players in the
I meant to read that.
like the 1920s. I love that book. That's a great book. That's another book that I'm like, this should be a film. This should be a cool movie.
Okay. Before we get to some of the Joshua's dishonorable mentions, I have one thing that I also like. I think this might be my favorite standalone issue of the year. It is the Titans Annual 2025, the Donna Troy issue. This was great. Like Phil Jimenez did some like I don't know that anybody understands Wonder Woman now that George Perez has passed. Quite like Phil Jimenez. I feel like he has a very special connection to the character. Now, obviously, this is about Donna Troy, but it's still all in the world of it's all very tied in together. So her connections with the Titans is very strong. So it's just a very emotional issue, but it also feels like you can kind of feel Jimenez loves for like his love for the character. So yeah, I think that was probably the best like standalone issue of a comic that I read this year. Real quickly, some other highlights. Resurrection Man Quantum Karma was great. Ramby. The Power of Fantasy by Karen Gillan, which will end this year, so maybe that'll be higher on my list next year. I also had The Invisible Man, but also The Mummy, the Universal The Mummy one is also very good.
I have bought all of these and I just have been sitting on them. I just need to grab them and just read them.
Bite the bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have in the chat, the Power Omega Slice says the Power Fantasy is epic. I wish it was ongoing. I know it's coming to an end, but maybe it's for the best. I don't know. Karen Gillan has big ideas that I feel like he always plans a beginning, a middle, and an end. So I'm glad that that things are kind of happening in that order. Also, another Ramby book, The New Gods.
Ooh, nice.
It's incredible. Evan Cagle and Ramby reuniting for a New God story. Jenny Sparks, the Tom King book. This is the only Tom King book I have on my list.
Interesting.
Zdarsky's Captain America. It didn't make it higher because it doesn't have as many issues. That was the only thing, that it's still very young.
I'm giving it one more issue, and I may have to bounce off it. It hasn't. I don't know. It hasn't grabbed me.
Okay.
So.
And the last one, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. It's great.
Oh, it's a really good book.
Gary Duggan and Gary Brown, full-on Gary book. It's really good. So I'll publish my full list on League Comics afterwards. I'll put the link below. I'm gonna force these guys to build their list as well, so they can also share it.
Got mine started.
And then so that's our favorite stuff. Now, Josh, to close the full Gen X loop on here.
Yeah, I know. Wah wah.
What do you? Complaint corner with Josh.
Yeah. Well, this is probably unfair, but I had 3 titles that I was very excited about.
Okay.
And they just did not pan out. All right. The first of these was Lucky Devils.
Oh.
Give me a book by the same team that did 8 Billion Genies. And I'm like, slam dunk, I'm there. I read the first issue and half the second. I'm like, I'm not into this. And again, that may just be my fault, but it just, I don't know. There was just something about it that didn't click for me.
Now I will say this because I'm on that book and I started reading it month to month and I was like, I feel like this is gonna be a better thing all at the same time.
I
So
kind of wonder that.
maybe we'll revisit. I mean, I'm definitely gonna read it, but I'll definitely because I do like the premise. I find it interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I think like 8 Billion Genies, it has an intriguing premise.
Yeah.
But at least for me, unlike 8 Billion Genies, while the premise was good, it wasn't enough to carry me forward.
Got it.
So
Got it. Okay.
the other one like that, and man, I had if you showed me a cover and a title that screamed Josh will love this, it is Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater, and somehow I just ended up hating it. I don't know why. It's everything that I like, but it just did not work.
Did you see the Godzilla Romeo and Juliet?
I did, and I burn me once, shame on me.
I will say it's a different team. It's a different.
Oh,
team
is it?
doing
Okay,
it.
all right. Well,
yeah.
Damn it! All right, I might have to do
I will
it.
say we'll probably get the comps from our friends at IDW. So
Okay, all right.
We'll at least check out the first issue.
Yeah,
that Masterpiece Theater was not up my alley. Like I think the premise seemed kind of fun, but once I got into it, I was like, this is not a Daniel book. Daniel hasn't read as many of these other things to fully enjoy what's going on here. Like he knows about them probably, but I do like talking.
It was a Jeff book. I really liked it. I mean,
okay, all right, great.
See, that's that Venn diagram I'm talking about. This is like
yeah.
Right? It is not true to anything literary at all. Like obviously, because Godzilla is not in any, whatever. But
Gatsby and what's her name get together. So
yeah. I think you have to have kind of like a rudimentary knowledge of all that stuff, but just enough of it, but not be so true to it, like because you have to be able to let it go because Godzilla's in West Egg, because it's and it gets so cuckoo bonkers with the addition of Dracula and Frankenstein. Like it just goes off the rails, like Sherlock Holmes. Like it's nuts. It's like a 8-year-old telling you a story.
I will say,
I think that's why I liked it.
If there was anybody that could handle that assignment, it's Tom Scioli, because he did that Transformers G.I. Joe book from IDW.
I love that book.
Big nonsense. That truly is him just playing with his toys. I feel like, I don't know. This one, I guess it was the type of toys that I wasn't used to play with, maybe. And that's why it didn't.
Well, and see, now, Jeff, as you're describing it, I'm like, God, maybe I gave up too soon. Like, although Holmes shows up in the first issue, and that would usually sell me, and it still didn't. So, I don't know.
It gets increasingly more ridiculous as it goes on.
It may have just been pacing for my taste.
It might be it might read better altogether.
It might, yeah. So, who knows? I may give it another shot again.
And I think Scholey's art it's kind of that, it's a simplified comic style. I almost think it might read better in like an artist format kind of thing where you get to see his art really big.
I could see that, because that's kind of what they did when he did that. Did he do the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, he did the Fantastic Four one.
That was like the X-Men one.
Oh yeah, the Grand Design.
Yeah, and I liked that. I thought that was great. But it was also large format, right? So
yeah. He also did a GoBots a long time ago. That's really fun.
Oh God, I would read that. Now this last one may come as a surprise, and I want to preface this by saying I am still reading it. This has not impressed me at all. The Scourge of the Serpent, which is the next like big event book with Conan and the other Howard characters. I think the thing that bothers me about it is the basic premise feels like a retread of Battle of the Blackstone. Right? There's a MacGuffin, and it's drawing them all together, and it just, I don't know. I was kind of shocked how little I was enjoying this, because as you guys know, I'm a big fan of all this like Titan, Conan, heroic signature stuff, but I'm going to read it through to the end, and maybe I'll have a different thought by the time it completes. So I don't know. Is it only 4 issues or 5?
I think, maybe.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I don't know. Jeff, did you have anything else? Anything like
No, I don't live my life in hate like Josh does.
good on you. Good on you. Well, let me bring
I
something.
gotta have something that gets me up in the morning. All right. So
Fuel his coffee mug says fueled by hate.
yeah,
Fueled by hate
exactly.
and coffee. No, the only thing I will say, I hope that Marvel can shape up for 2026 because it was really disappointing. Like the Age of
I
Revelation,
agree.
the Age of Revelation was such a letdown for me. Like because I wasn't excited about it, but I was like, all right, if you're gonna do something different, then do something different. But they didn't because it was just a little temporary thing. And you won't fool me again. You won't take my Krakoa away and fool me again. So that's the only thing. But overall, I think 2025 has been one of the best years in comics that I've experienced. I'm still kind of riding that high going into 2026. Like there's so many good books and they're still all ongoing for the most part. And then they keep announcing really cool stuff with like Vertigo coming back and DC's Next Level and like the Armageddon stuff, which may be why Josh is not super into the Captain America run because it has a specific mission to get us to the next other event. So
That may be it. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to put Batman by Matt Fraction on my best of 2026. Higher on the list. So yeah, really cool stuff. Okay. Anything else from you guys?
Nope. That's it.
All right. Well, thanks for everybody that is watching. Shout out to people that sent us some comments as well. Let us know your favorite list. And like I said, once the VOD goes live for the show, I'll drop my link to League of Comics. Follow me on there. I still do. I'm doing a bunch of lists. I'm trying to earn badges and stuff. It's kind of fun too, because I'm checking out the paid version of League of Comics. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to really put an effort into keeping track of everything to make sure that I get some use out of it. I might be doing a show called The Backlog where I just go in there and go on a stream and log all my books while we do that. So stay tuned for that. Once again, come back for our coverage of a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the new show. And then, of course, we will have our Sunday show where we talk about the comic books for this week. And there might be a few stories out there that we'll cover as well. So we'll see. I still have to ask Jeff to Google stuff. And put together some links. Alrighty. And come back next week. We'll be doing our miscellaneous best of 2025 where Josh can tell us about his movies. Clay can tell us about his comics. And then maybe we'll talk a little bit of. There's so much TV. I was trying to put together a TV list, and it's insane. I don't know.
Yeah, that's wow. That
it can't be done. But
don't go down that road. That sounds like madness.
I think I read enough books to put together a top 5. Not new books.
Awesome.
Just books.
So, no, that's great, man. Do it.
And I'm currently reading another book called what is it? There is no antiemetic department, something like that. It was a recommendation from my library, and they had it. Yeah, there is no antiemetics division. It's a book by Quantum. That's a cool author name.
That's a cool author name.
Science fiction, horror fiction, thriller, hard science fiction. It's pretty cool. So we'll come back to that later on. So yeah, we might be talking about more books. I hope you guys started reading the Project Hail Mary.
I need to. Damn it!
I did order it on Audible just as a backup. Yeah, I've got like 100 pages left of my other book.
Yeah,
and then I can start.
I think it's about a 11 hour on Audible, maybe something like that.
I don't remember. Yeah,
skip your podcast for 2 weeks and just listen to Project Hail Mary. So, okay, cool. Well, that'll do it for today. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hail Bebo.
Little loves you.
Simon Sinner, get the fuck out.
All right, bye.
All right.
Get out of here, you weirdo.